If you are constantly broke in Arc Raiders, struggling with storage space or unsure what's actually worth keeping, this video will save you a lot of time. I'm going to break down how to build a strong economy, take advantage of in-game events and manage your resources efficiently without unnecessary risk. Money in Arc Raiders is more important than people realize. Early on, traders are extremely useful, they reset daily and can sell higher tier weapons and attachments, which means you don't need to rush workbench upgrades just to stay competitive. Most importantly, coins also let you expand your storage, and storage is progression. If you don't have space, you can't keep the loot you need for upgrades later. If you're a loot hoarder like me, storage is everything. There are several ways to build your economy in Arc Raiders. I'm going to list these in tiers of low risk, medium risk, and high risk. Low risk, we have taken advantage of timed events. This is extremely important and something you should always be aware of when deploying. Next up, we have medium risk. This is using keys to loot locked areas, which have a higher reward possibility. And then finally, high risk, killing larger Arc enemies and selling their valuable drops. Timed events can massively increase your income if you play around them correctly, so let's start there. Lush Blooms increases the spawn rate of nature items like plants and fruits. You'll often find baskets around the map that contain large amounts of these resources. These items are not only used to upgrade Scrappy, but they also sell for a decent amount of coins. This means you're killing two birds with one stone, progressing your upgrades whilst also making money. Next up, we have Night Raids and Electromagnetic Storms. These events are much higher risk, but they also come with higher reward potential. There are fewer extraction points and more danger from both Arc and other raiders, but higher tier loot becomes far more common. If you're confident in your movement, positioning, and decision making, these events can be extremely profitable. And finally, Husk Graveyard. This is one of the safer ways to make money during timed events. Husk Graves become far more common and can obtain higher tier loot. From these, you can obtain items like the Rocketeer Drive and Damage Drives. Both are worth picking up. The good ones are used for upgrading benches, and the damaged ones are extremely profitable. Next up, we have Key Rooms. These are what I would like to call medium risk, high reward zones. The risk comes from the fact that other raiders are very likely going for these locations as well, so you should always expect competition. That said, these rooms can contain valuable sellables and in some cases higher tier weapons, meaning you're not just making money, you're also gearing yourself up for future raids. If you're a new player, the best mindset is simple. Get in, grab the loot, and get out as fast as possible. Don't hang around, don't over loot the area, and don't turn it into a prolonged fight. If you have access to a raider hatch key, even better. Using a safe extract right after looting is one of the smartest and safest ways to turn keys into guaranteed progress. Next up, we're going to talk about killing the higher tier arcs. So this is more for experienced players or people who are comfortable with the game. Killing higher tier arcs can become a really quick way to make money. For example, when you kill a bastion, they drop anywhere between 3 to 7 bastion cells. Each one of these sells for 5,000 coins. This makes bastions an extremely strong source of income if you can deal with them safely. Similarly, we have bombarders, which drop 4 to 6 bombarder cells, which also sell for 5,000 each. This is similar to the bastions and is also another quick way to build your economy. I'll be making a dedicated video in the future on the safest and most effective ways to deal with these higher tier arc enemies. Now let's go over resource management. Resource management is just as important as making money. You should be regularly checking which items are required for workbench upgrades and scrappy upgrades. These, along with storage, should be your main priority. For common tier loot, I personally only keep 1 to 2 stacks. These items are easy to obtain and it can be refined into higher tier resources if needed. Also, Scrappy collects this kind of loot, so if you need to sell it, you can sell it for money as Scrappy will give you a constant income. For blue tier loot and above, I usually keep 2 to 3 stacks per item. However, not all items are useful, so selling excess or unnecessary items is a great way to free up space and make money. I highly recommend using arcraiders.wiki as a reliable source to track upgrade requirements, as Arcraiders doesn't always show you the next upgrades you need to do. It's also very important to remember that you can recycle items. Recycling can give you lower tier resources or in some cases items of the same rarity. This is extremely helpful when you're missing a specific resource or trying to stockpile crafting materials. Maxing out your storage should be one of your main goals. You can upgrade your storage 9 times and here is what it will look like. In total, you'll need to make 575,000 coins just to fully upgrade your storage. I know that sounds a little scary, but if you take advantage of times events, sell excess loot and manage your resources properly, this becomes very achievable. To conclude this video, there are additional ways to improve your inventory later on through expeditions, which I'll be covering as well in a future video. That's it for this guide on economy building and resource management in Arc Raiders. I hope you learned something new. If this video helped you, consider leaving a like and subscribing, and as always, keep your loot safe out there.